going to start out with a song, one of my favorites by the Memphis Jug Band. It's a little song called You May Leave, but this will bring you back. Ready?
By everybody, really, it's called Catfish Blues, and this is a little quirky version that I do. Yeah, I left home with the wrong guitar, so I have a guitar, which is good, but this is not the one I normally.
It's better than leaving the house with the wrong man.
Right. Well, it's going to be a problem.
This is one of the oldest blues songs there is.
I will look at me when and people sing. last night. For know I'm going, yes I'm going. Oh yeah, crying, yeah, won't make me stay. Boy, no more than to cry, further drive me away, further drive me away, further drive me away. Get two trains run that night.
Hey, one of them now.
We put one train, yeah, going my way. You put one leave at midnight. What about break of day? What about break of day? Just about break of day. Oh yeah. That's why I reached down, I was a catfish, swimming in love, yeah, deep in sea. You know I had been fishing after me, been fishing after me. Keep fishing after me. Oh yeah.
Is it time for the crazy stuff yet? Well, it's a special request. We were going to do it anyway.
But we'll make you feel like
Friends over here. My friends over here, Tim and Sheila, drove all the way down from Nashville. They came down, surprised me the first time. I knew this coming this time, but I didn't know for sure. But we've been friends, gosh, since, I don't know, one of the Reagan administrations. So it's been a minute. But anyway, Libby and I were lucky enough a few weeks ago, Thanksgiving weekend, to play on WWOZ down in New Orleans. First show they've done since COVID. So first studio show, live in the studio. So we were lucky to be down there to kind of start that up again. And we decided to work up some, seasonal material. And I drug this old one out. This is a Christmas song, nominally, but it's like a Christmas song for a Sam Peckinpah movie, I think it's So I'm going to get y'all to help me out on this thing. When I say, you think you know what it's going to be, but when I say comfort and joy, y'all yell back comfort and joy, okay? Gentlemen, let nothing you disturb. Savior was born on Christmas Day. Said saw from St. Paul when he was gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Yeah! Comfort and joy. Comfort and joy. There you go. Angels up in the sky. In Bethlehem in Israel, this blessed babe was born. And laid within a manger, upon one Christmas morn, of which Mother Mary did give nothing in scorn. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Yeah! Comfort and joy. Comfort and joy. Angels up in the sky. Well, the angels looked on by him when heard him call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell, ride on the range and shepherd, change your ways today, or with us you will ride, trying to catch the devil's flock upon these in the sky. Come on, y'all, hallelujah! Comfort and joy. Comfort and joy. Angels up in the sky. All right! Little cowboy Christmas.
That took us down a different path.
Well, that was kind of the point there, yeah.
Ain't no jingle bells.
Right.
jingle
So,
bells.
so Stephen, there's your Christmas songs there.
Thanks.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. You said thanks.
What we got? Oh, bedroom. All right.
I should feel more festive.
Yeah.
There you go. You must be an elf.
Get my hanger.
Okay.
If I get lost.
This is a Christmas song. It's a proper one.
I think it's proper. I think it's real proper. I think it's a reasonable questions to ask. Well, the holidays are coming, and I'm feeling so upset. You see, I got this burning question nobody's answered yet. Good girls get toys for Christmas. Well, Santa, what do bad girls get? Knock me off your list for flirting and for teasing. I pouted and I cried, but I had a real good reason. Yeah, you see, I got that burning question. Nobody's answered yet. Oh, good girls get toys for Christmas. Well, Santa, what do bad girls get? Christmas. Oh, Santa, what do bad girls get?
Sing it, girl.
How about that?
Bad girls get the good stuff.
What's that? Good girls go to heaven and bad girls go everywhere else. You know. All right, this is going to be kind of an experiment here. My band back home in Tennessee, a band called the Jake Lake Stompers, we often do Christmas shows. So starting about 10 years ago, I wrote this little song. Well, I didn't write it. You know, I wrote it just like you do in the folk tradition. I just stole from good sources. That's what Pete Seeger said. There's no such thing as plagiarism in folk music, and I hope the lawyers understand that. But we did this. There was an old, there's an old blues song called "Papa's on the Rooftop Won't Come Down." So we decided to make it into a Christmas song called "Santa's on the Rooftop Won't Come Down." So I start out with the same two verses and end with the same two verses. In the middle, 3 sections. I rewrite it every year to make it look, you know, kind of a commentary on the kind of the, in case y'all haven't remembered the synopsis of some of the events of the year. It's kind of a way to help. It's kind of a look back over 2022 from some of the highlights and the lowlights through in the form of mostly lowlights. You know, so a song, a little Santa's on the Rooftop. Claus told Santa be quiet as a mouse. So Santa went up on top of the house, made a lot of whoopee, drank a lot of bread. He got real happy, now his face is all red. Reindeer in the stable, stomping all around. Mrs. Claus in the closet, trying on a gown. Elves in the workshop, painting on a clown. Santa's on the rooftop, won't come down. Chinese in the box, but the new show is hey hey with a monkey pox. Putin feeling slowly, he's full of cuss and sass. Crane says, hold my vodka while I kick his yes, yes, yes. Iranian women, they finally had enough. They're shaking off the shackles and showing who's really tough. China to Russia, there's protests all around, and Santa's on the rooftop and won't come down. Kanye going crazy, Dave Chappelle is getting bitter. They're shaking up. Wait, let me start over. I haven't done this but one time. Start out of that one. Kanye going crazy, Dave Chappelle is getting bitter. Elon Musk is down from space, busy destroying Twitter. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, they're causing so much drama. Meanwhile, Pete Davidson, you know, he's about to date your mama. Will Smith delivered the slap hood around the world. DeSantis down in Florida, separating the boys from the girls. The rest of us are trying to figure out all these pronouns. But Santa's on the rooftop, it won't come down. It's a lot of stuff to get in since I just wrote it yesterday.
You got that big old brain, though.
Oh, God, this is going to be a hard one. Let's see if I can get through this next verse. Now, Dr. Oslip, Pennsylvania, headed back to the Jersey Shore. Carrie Lake down in Arizona saying, count it one time more. Christmas cinema changing sides, trying to stay in the news. Herschel walking back in Texas with them full moon blues. Trump in Mar-a-Lago, he's busy hoarding papers. Lindsey Graham is testifying with a church fan in the vapor. Inflation going up, gas prices coming down. And Santa's on the rooftop, he won't come down.
Better not nothing else happen, huh?
Right, exactly. Yeah, and I tell you what, I'm glad I got that in now because gas prices I hear they're going back up. So, but I got it yesterday for $2.49, so I'm happy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Tennessee, you know, we don't like to tax anything up there. What's next?
We got a Santa Claus Semi.
Oh man, I love that song. Okay.
We pulled out every Christmas song that we knew, which wasn't full. Because we just can't do those
We don't even remember who did this one, but we love it.
I know who did, who recorded it last. But I
Okay.
don't know who recorded
Well, we doing it now.
Santa Claus, send me, send me, send me. Santa Claus, send me, send me, send me. Oh, send my baby back to me. Santa Claus, tell me where did he go? Santa Claus, tell me where did he go? Well, I miss his kisses underneath mistletoe. Well, my baby left me about a year ago. Where he went, I do not know. Listen up, Santa, job to you. If you don't find my baby, I don't know what to do. Santa Claus, send me, send me, send me. I said, send my baby back to me. Santa Claus, won't you tell me where did he go? Santa Claus, won't you tell me where did he go? Well, I miss his kisses underneath the mistletoe. Santa Claus, send me, send me, send me. Santa Claus, send me, send me, send me. I said, send my baby back to me. Oh, won't you send my baby back to me? Well, since he's been gone, I've been living in misery.
Oh man, who did this set list?
You did?
Oh goodness. I'll blow my brains out on that and I've got another harmonica song.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I started to change up everything from the last show. But as she said, nobody's going to remember what we did last time, so it don't matter.
We loved the last show.
Right.
What the heck?
So I was going to do my little harmonica solo of Shortening Bread, but we're not going to do that because we're going to do the one we did before, which is our little tribute to Elder Roma Wilson. Y'all, how many of y'all remember Elder Roma Wilson?
Yeah.
From right here in Union County. Yes, sir. He was a holy harmonica player of great renown and amazing lung capacity, which, and I tell you, you know, the thing is, I met him, first time I met him was in 1993. He was playing with the Reverend Pinson over in Clarksdale, and it just blew me away. I mean, just the artistry and the power of what they had. Not only, you know, I mean, they were direct connection to the higher power, but they were amazing musicians. And I kept up with him over the years. And the last time I saw him was over here in Red Bank in 1998. Kind of spent a day or two with him over there hanging out. Made that picture of him that's over in the lower corner over here, of him with the, you know, with the sky behind him and all that. And man, he was 85 years old, I think then. You know, he only died like 3 years ago. He was 107. You know, he had moved to Detroit, he'd come back to Mississippi, then he wound up going back to Detroit. So if you want to live to be 107,
Move around.
yeah, no, start playing gospel harmonica. So I ain't gonna make it to 107, but I figure if I play this song once a month, I might get another year or two, you know. So we're gonna do his song, which is the Gospel Train.
Yeah.
But I like to do some of the lyrics associated with the civil rights movement in the '60s. as well as some of his, but we're going to do. Right on time. This train is bound for glory. This train, can't hear. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Come right along and tell us your story. This train lets hobos ride, Lord. This train lets hobos ride, Lord. This train lets hobos ride. No matter who you are, nobody left behind. This train don't judge no color. This train don't judge no color. This train don't judge no color. All right along, everybody is a brother now. This train don't allow no haters. This train don't allow no haters. This train don't allow no haters. No night riders, no midnight raiders down. This train is a freedom train, Lord. This train is a freedom train, Lord. This train is a freedom train. All right along in Jesus' name. Thanks for your help on that for Elder Ronald Wilson. We all know where he is. Okay. Ooh, all right. This is going to be a hard transition here. We also had another request that said, let somebody make sure that you guys play that saw. So we're going to do a little saw tune here.
He's got to prep the saw.
Yeah. We always preface this by saying, a lot of musicians are sponsored, Marshall amps, Peavey, Martin guitars. We couldn't get any of those sponsorships. The only thing we could get was Delta Hardware over in Clarksville, so this is all they give us. So we figured, if you're going to write it on taxes, you got to play it. So, all right.
How do we tie this one? Oh, we tied this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we were doing this since we're sitting in front of Mr. Johnson here. This is a song that was at least first recorded by Robert Johnson. I don't think that Mr. Johnson would recognize this version, but
Probably not.
But defers to the genius. We're going to do our own version of "Dust My Broom."
Gonna get up in the morning. I believe I dust my broom. Oh, I'm gonna get up in the morning. I believe I dust my broom. I done quit the best man I've been loving. Yeah. song, y'all. Oh, you know I don't want no man. Want every downtown woman he meets. I said I don't want no man. Yeah. Wants every downtown woman he meets. You know that kind of low down, don't it? Shouldn't be lying on the Lord, I believe my time ain't long. I believe my time ain't long. Oh yeah, I'm gonna wake up one morning, find my good man gone. Oh, find my good man gone.
Oh, I needed to re-rosin.
What happened?
Unlike the fiddle.
Broke a string.
No, yeah, I bring a lot of strings on that thing. You see in fact, at one point, one of the horsehairs came loose and it was sticking up, and it kept hitting me in the nose. And I was like, I'm gonna sneeze doing this thing. That's the first time that's ever happened. Well, we doing okay. We have 15 minutes left. You want to go ahead and just get two more? We can add one if you want to.
Oh, we don't mind.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking of changing it up.
Uh-oh. Don't go change it.
Well, instead of doing don't sell it.
He's gonna play something I don't know.
Yeah, no, he'll come to pick it.
Ah, okay.
I didn't rehearse it today, but I should know it. Well, this is another one we did last time, and I think it's important that we do this one because consider we are up here in the hills, which is a different culture than the Delta. Because most folks, when they think of Mississippi, they think all of Mississippi is the Delta in the same way they think that all of New York, the state of New York, is between 85th Street and 12th Street in Manhattan. There's a lot more to it. And up in the hills, there's a whole distinct different culture, which we try to reflect up in some of these pictures up here. In fact, of course, a lot of y'all know about the fife and drum. Mr. Otha Turner over here. Let me tell you, in case y'all haven't seen some of this stuff before, I got a picture of Mr. Otha up here. Now, he was the last of his generation of the fife players. And that fife music, I don't know if a lot of y'all know this, it goes back to before the birth of the country. Because back when they brought enslaved people over starting in the 1600s, they tried to suppress the culture. They had the tradition of the talking drum and even fife music and one-string diddly bow and all that stuff. But the thing is, the culture didn't disappear, it just learned to hide in plain sight. So in other words, like for instance with the voodoo from West Africa, it just hid inside the Catholic saints. In the same way with the fife and drum music, the African sensibilities with the rhythms, they hid it inside the Scots-Irish tradition of military fife and drum, the military music. So there's always been this long tradition of fife and drum, African-American fife and drum. The last place that it survives is right over here in Como with, Sharday and Otha Turner's family. And so I've been going to their picnics since the early 90s and documenting that whole world, and I just fell in love with it. And, I watched Sharday grow up. I was there the moment she played her very first performance at age 6. So, but anyway, this large piece right here, that one that I made based on my photo of Otha, what y'all might not know is that a few years ago, the picnic grounds down there got a little derelict, and they quit having the picnics on the farm. So they bulldozed everything, except for the house and the original barn. And I went there and just dug through the trash pile and got all the wood and metal and stuff, and I made that portrait, that large portrait of Otha based on my photo, and all the materials came from the spot where the photo was made, and even the dirt that's embedded in there is all from the yard there. So all that said, a few years ago I wrote a little tribute to Mr. Turner in the great African-American fife and drum tradition, Como, Mississippi, in a song called Hill Country Picnic. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah. Okay. For short introductions. Summertime in Mississippi, you can hear cicadas sing. Driving south out of Memphis, way down to Gravel Springs. The drums that flow past the kudzu hills, you can hear them when they roll. Gotta get down to Otha's farm, Lord, to feed my soul. Betty's frying up some catfish, man, it sure smell fine. Men are sitting beneath the shade tree, drinking Marshall County Shine. Gauge that blows on the old King 5, it'll put you in a trance. And when RL hits on the big bass drum, everybody starts to dance. It's a hill country picnic. Everybody is a hollering go. When the she fall on the fife and drum, that's all she wrote. Got Burnside sitting on the side porch, playing jump on the line. Grandson said he's eating on them skins, he's been right in time. Shawty sitting in a saucer, singing Ride Sally Ride. And when she played like Gabe at 6 years old, Lord, I nearly cried. It's a hill country picnic. Everybody is a hollering go. She wobbled on the fife and drum, all she wrote. When you feel that rhythm down in your bones, you can't help but smile. Music is action, it's time itself, North Mississippi style. Show me the guitar ring. Napoleon Strickland and Johnny Woods, Mr. Burnside sure can sing. Junior Kimbrough and Rainy Burnett, they all dead and gone. But the sons and the daughters of the Mississippi Hills gonna keep on keeping on. It's a hill country picnic. Everybody is a hollering go. She wobbled on the fife and drum, all she wrote. All right, I think we got one more song we're going to take y'all home with.
You want to talk about Cora?
Oh, man. Well, you can talk about Cora. This is somebody else that was, it's so funny. Now, I've spent my early years in Mississippi, and of course, Libby is, she's multi-generation, long time from the coast down there. But we both learned about Cora Fluker through our German friend, Axel Kustner, or at least I did. These guys that came over in the 70s digging up, looking for interesting, musicians and folk artists and stuff. And Cora Fluker lived down in Marion, Mississippi, which is basically a little suburb of Meridian. She was a pretty amazing woman. She had very rudimentary guitar skills, which didn't matter because you talk about somebody with a direct connection to the Lord. I mean, man, she was intense.
Back there on that quilt on the top, on my right.
Yeah, that piece right here, that quilt, over the years, you know, I have gone into a bunch of old sharecropper shacks before they tear them down or burn them. Most of them have just been burned. And salvaged a lot of the stuff you see in here, like that mirror back there came from an old shack in Coleman County that is long since gone, and a bunch of quilts. So that is an artifact. That is a handmade quilt from you know, probably from the 50s. And what I did is I just kind of preserved it as it is, and I have made a lot of, you know, kind of honoring a lot of the women of Mississippi who just kind of, you know, always hold our society together. And I printed them on, the actual photographs printed with an old process on just some fabric and put up there. So Cora Fluker's on that upper right-hand corner there. And this is a song that she used to do that Libby has.
I did kind of like Bill did on the other song. I just kind of modernized some of the lyrics, although they didn't have to be modernized much. They just need to change the wording a little bit to make it fit. And but the basis of the song is called "Look How This World Done Made a Change," and that's what I based the whole thing off of. And that was Cora's verse, was "Look how the world done made a change. Got so bad can't hardly live in it. Looks like the world done made a change."
But things are a lot better now than they were back then, you know. So I'm being facetious, obviously. Isn't it fun living in interesting times?
Not everybody gets to do this.
Right? Yeah. We have an opportunity here.
That's what my friend said after Hurricane Katrina. Well, not everybody gets to experience this. I'm like, well, I could have done it without it myself, but I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah, living through historic times is not as fun, is it?
No. Look how the world done made a change. Look how the world done made a change. Got so bad you can't hardly live it. Look how the world done made a change. Mr. Policeman, he walks his beat. People are living out on the street. No respect, no helping hand. Live like trash next to a garbage can. Yeah, look how the world done made a change. Look how the world done made a change. Got so bad you can't hardly live it. Look how the world done made a change. Children are living out in the cold, way too young to carry such a heavy load. They passing by, can't even look at those children in the eye. Yeah, look how the world done made a change. Look how the world done made a change. Got so bad you can't hardly live here. Look how the world done made a change. Little baby, nothing to eat. Worn out those old shoes on their feet. Where's their mama? She's on the phone. Oh, where's their daddy now? He's long gone. Yeah, look how the world has made a change. Look how this world has made a change. Got so bad you can't hardly live here. Look how the world has made a change. Pestilence and disease got people falling down on their knees. Families lost, their money's gone. Banks are there to take away their home. Yeah, look how the world done made a change. Look how the world done made a change. Got so bad you can't hardly live here. Look how the world done made a change. Ice is melting, earth's heating up. Can't even drink a The time is now. It ain't no joke. I see the fire, baby. I smell the smoke. Yeah, look how the world done made a change. Look how the world done made a change. God's so bad. Look how the world done made a change. Done made a change. Done made a change. The world done changed. You got to change. You got to change. You got to change. We got to change. We got to change. We got to change. Change, 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 change. Look how the world done made a change. Look how the world done made a change. God's so bad. Look how this world
Thank y'all for coming tonight.
You really do. It's a great crowd right here.
This is wonderful. Really, really appreciate it.
Enjoy your artwork, enjoy the food.
All right. Do you want to do Q&A or anything, or just?
I want to know how long you guys been playing together.
Oh, I met him today.
Yeah, I was walking down the street wearing one shoe, and she said,
Hey, buddy, you're only wearing one shoe.
said, did you lose one? I said, no, ma'am, I found one. And that's how we got here. So.
No, really, I don't know. We've been playing together probably,
I don't know, 15 years maybe?
I don't.
What is time after COVID? You know, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I mean, 2018 was 10 years ago and 2 weeks ago. I mean, you know, time is elastic, you know, it's like, you know, we finally understand what Einstein was talking about time being relative. Because the last several years, time has flown and it's crawled all at the same time. So.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. But, you know, that's the thing. What I love about, you know, we get the whole kind of compressed sensibility of time in the room. We got folks here that are very young and very old. And what's represented up in here is, you know, goes pretty far back, you know, and that's the thing, is that we're living in the current time, but we're living in the past and the present and, you know, all times at the same time. So
What are you saying?
I have no idea. You gave me a cookie before we started. I have no idea.
I should have given you
You probably did right. I should have given you a cookie. We're not broadcasting this, are we?
Actually, we are.
Oh no, it's not. Look at the time.